People need to stop hating lawyers for defending bad people. I see so many comments on news articles about pedophiles or murderers on trial and people are absolutely hating on the lawyer for defending them. But that is a lawyer's job. It is the entire purpose of a lawyer, and a central component of the justice system. No matter how guilty or how immoral, they are entitled to legal representation and defense. In America anyway, we're all entitled to a fair trial and convicted only based on evidence. If nothing else, a lawyer is defending the best system we have and putting the burden on the prosecution. Frankly, those who favor vigilante justice or aren't interested in the evidence are fools. I never really had an issue with defense lawyers. I do kind of have a problem with overzealous DAs who obsess over their conviction rates because they want to move up in life. I don't like the fact that money plays a huge role in whether you're convicted or not, but the fact that you may get a judge or a DA or even a defense attorney that could change your statistical outcome is terrifying at best and a sign of the corruption of our justice system at worst. Saul Goodman is a fictional lawyer who defends bad people and I like him. They aren't a murderer until they are found guilty, they are the accused. Even so, the punishment for a crime doesn't include being denied basic rights. You got to admit though, defense lawyers are pretty fkin sadistic people. I thought about becoming a lawyer but decided I didn't think I would be able to handle it. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I tried to defend someone who was likely / I believed to be a murderer, rapist, etc. I also wouldn't be able to live with myself if I were a prosecution lawyer and was the reason an innocent person got sent to prison. Let me try and explain why you are correct, and I too think it is good the way it is. Having people actually disagree and crying is disturbing. Interesting times, right? To pass judgment on another person, final and irredeemable truth, one has to be sure. I don't mean Billy Bob swearing that he saw them aliens rape his cow. I mean evidence. A lot of the time people have no idea about reality. You see but a glimpse and think you understand. But things are sometimes not what they seem. Not supernatural dreams, but quick conclusions and reactionary freakouts that can and always will easily sweep aside innocent and harmless bystanders, is what I mean. Have you ever remained passive because you knew what their judgment would be? Ever been bullied into doing something you didn't realize? Victim of circumstances? I don't mean that a crime of such magnitude as murdering a child should remain unpunished. Au contraire, but all that charade, the circus we create and the money we spend to have highly qualified and capable people in the right position, ideally, is to be as fair and objective as possible. Everyone who has been wrongly accused or even convicted of something they had nothing to do with will agree that a fair trial is the only possible way to find out the true story, or at least an honest attempt should be made. And why all the rationalizing? Because your guts can be wrong. We'd be heading towards Salem in no time. No hate from me. Everyone should have proper legal representation and there needs to be people willing to represent them. No matter how reprehensible someone might be. A defense lawyer's job in criminal court isn't to prevent a guilty person from going to jail, it's to ensure an innocent person doesn't. They have to make sure the prosecutor can present enough evidence to prove guilt without a shadow of doubt. As a lawyer, thank you. I wish more people understood legal systems, particularly the roles of lawyers and judges. Not to mention, at least where I live, we can't say no to a client just because we don't like them. We might think what they did is deplorable, but if they are paying us to do a job that is within our area of expertise, we have to say yes. The legal system would be horribly flawed otherwise. I agree. I will say the lawyer who defended George Zimmerman just screamed sociopath. He was freaking good though. The only difference between a lawyer and a prostitute is a prostitute will stop fucking you after you die. In our system everyone is innocent until proven guilty and everyone is entitled to an attorney and the best representation they can get. Watch the Encounter at Farpoint episode of Star Trek and this is explained really well. Yes. A lawyer's job is to make sure their client has a fair trial. If they don't, they may either convict an innocent person or it can be a mistrial and it'll have to go through everything again, wasting valuable time and resources. I completely agree. I'm a paralegal student, and even though I know it will be a challenge, I'm hoping to ultimately work for a criminal defense firm. Everyone has rights, and everyone is entitled to a vigorous defense, even if they're accused of, or have committed, heinous crimes. Everyone has rights or nobody has rights. People need to stop hating lawyers for defending bad people if those people claim to believe in the justice system.